Hello, Dexter Morgan fans. Tonight's the night. Welcome to my next Dexter Resurrection related video. Before I get into that, though, pretty important. If you aren't caught up to the point where I am and rewatching and watching every single episode of Dexter, the original run of 96 episodes, or the 10 episodes that we got of Dexter New Blood, or if you're just not entirely sure, then I highly suggest that you don't watch this video any further to avoid any potential spoilers. So obviously we got the news about a month ago, or maybe it was like 3 weeks ago, that in addition to Michael C. Hall returning to voice Dexter as the narration part, or the Dark Passenger part in Dexter Original Sin, we got the bombshell that Michael C. Hall will be in a new series called Dexter Resurrection, and it's going to be taking place immediately after the events of Dexter New Blood, which one can lead to believe with the title of Resurrection, Dexter is going to be alive and well, or eventually be alive and well. You know, Dexter, Michael C. Hall said that it was really cold, so maybe the blood flow stopped. I don't know. Or maybe before he killed Logan, he woke up he was sleeping before that. He's still dreaming. That's another theory that people are saying, because it doesn't make sense that he killed Logan, but who knows. But in this particular video, what I really want to discuss is who's going to be returning or coming to Dexter Resurrection. And then at the end of the video, I'll give my thoughts on what kind of the show should follow. I'm not going to try to go into too many details because I don't want it to be an hour-long video. But obviously, I've covered Dexter ad nauseum on this channel. I'll put my Dexter playlist right here that has everything Dexter related with about 20 seconds left to go in the video. So if you're interested in anything, check it out. It has all my Dexter review videos for every single episode of Dexter and Dexter New Blood, as well as my characters ranked, seasons ranked. And I just noticed that my episode ranking isn't in there. I don't know what happened to that. I don't know if it got blocked by YouTube or something. But now I'll redo that video soon here. Within the next, before Dexter Original Sin comes out, I'll redo my top 10 favorite episodes of Dexter. So, again, to support the channel, if you could Hulk smash the like button, share the video with a friend, put this video on any one of your social media platforms. Sound off in the comments section about what your thoughts are on returning characters for Dexter Resurrection. Who do you want to see come back? Who don't you want to see to come back, or any other thoughts that you have? And of course, don't forget to hit that sub button. You're watching the video anyway. Subscribe to the channel, join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special. So far, the only character that we know that will be in the show is Dexter, played by the great Michael C. Hall. Do we know if he's alive or dead? Well, technically, no. I mean, the show is called Dexter Resurrection. Last we saw of Dexter, he was laying in the snow. He had blood. It was coming out, but it was really cold. Hopefully, the snow stopped his blood flow. And within 5 minutes, he will be alive again, because he was never confirmed dead on this show itself. So, I want this show, assuming Dexter's alive, if we get a Harrison spinoff where Dexter's his Dark Passenger, I'm going to be flipping furious. But I don't think that's what we're going to get. The next two characters, I think, have a 100% chance of returning. And that would be Angela and Angel Batista. Angela is Dexter's love interest. She was last with him. She's got to be in the show. I didn't like her character, but she's got to be in the show. And Angel Batista was on his way. There's a lot of things that can happen with Angel Batista. I feel it's weird that he never showed up at the end of Dexter New Blood. He was in the episode. He said he was on his way. And then we never got Angel Batista. So I think Angel Batista will likely be on the show unless something happens to these two actors, Julia Jones or David Zayas. So they won't be on it. And the next characters, I think, have a strong likelihood of returning, although there are some of them that I don't even want to see because they're so pointless. I think we do see Audrey, although I could see a scenario where we don't get Audrey anymore. Harrison, I would rather not have Harrison, at least for the first season, just due to the fact that we got a lot of Harrison and we didn't really like Harrison. Teddy, the dumb cop that's a dumb idiot that is pointless and stupid, I'm guessing we have to have him because Angela doesn't have anybody else. Ed Olson. Ed Olson was the oil guy that was the rich guy that in the first episode Audrey was protesting. He kind of was important at the start of the show, and at one point he was there when the car had problems and then he just disappeared. I think he's going to be some sort of accomplice to Kirk Caldwell and maybe somebody that Dexter goes after in the first season because he just kind of disappeared off the show. So I do think that we get Ed Olson, but I'm not sure. All the other annoying people at Iron Lake that I can't remember the name of, like the butcher guy, I think his name was Gibb, the blood splatter analyst that they have, which I can't remember that guy's name, and like the Tessa chick, I think that was the bartender slash teacher, and any other random characters, or the guy that owns the gun shop that Jim Dexter worked for, and then his husband, I can't remember their names. They were pointless. They didn't get a lot of character development, but we're probably going to see them. I hope they don't. And then Sergeant Logan. If they go the route where Dexter was in a cell, and then all of a sudden he actually was dreaming the whole time after that, then you can bring back Logan. Which I would like to see Logan, because he was the only good character on Dexter New Blood besides Dexter himself, in my opinion. But I don't think that's likely. I think the show did end with Dexter getting shot, and then he gets revived, or it was too cold, or something like that. Now, I expect these following characters to appear at some point during season 1. Maybe they're not all likely, but I want to see them all. This needs to be a Dexter universe. This needs to be the show that propels Showtime / Paramount to be the best ratings killer it can be. So you need to bring back anybody that you can. I think the first two are definites, and that would be Quinn from Miami Metro Homicide and Masuka from Miami Metro Homicide. You gotta have them. I think hopefully we see Jamie Batista, Harrison's nanny, Soderquist. You probably don't know who Soderquist is other than the legendary Crazy Coffee Man who will be in the comments section. But Soderquist was played by Bruce Holman, Michael Soderquist. He's a guy that's in the background. He's like a detective, but he's not credited. He's uncredited in like a lot of episodes of Dexter, the original Dexter. I want to say like 70 plus episodes. He's just a background character. When Dexter is planning his guest list for the wedding for Rita, he talks about, what's his name? Soderquist. So I want to see Soderquist in some way, shape, or form. And I think we have to tie up loose ends. We have to have Lumen Pierce. Julia Stiles needs to come back to the Dexter universe. What role she plays, I don't know. Honestly, I don't like Angela as Dexter's love interest, and I don't think that's going to continue. So somebody needs to take that role, and I think it should be Lumen or somebody else. I would like to see, and I don't know how likely this is, maybe in the second season, Aster and Cody Bennett. Those were Paul Bennett and Rita's kids. We haven't seen them since season 7 of Dexter. And if there's going to be a manhunt in this show, they're going to find out that their stepdad or stepfather was a serial killer. So we have to see a reaction from Cody and Aster. Now, who is going to be the person that talks to Dexter? In the original Dexter run, we had it be Harry Morgan. At some points, it was also Brian Moser. And then in Dexter New Blood, we got somebody that haunted Dexter in Deb. I would like to see Rita come back and be that person that gives Dexter advice and doesn't haunt him. How likely is that? I don't know, but I would like to see it. We'll probably get Deb back, and honestly, Deb was one of the more annoying parts of Dexter New Blood. I understand that Jennifer Carpenter's been in every single episode of Dexter, so you kind of have to have her in it. And that's the only role that she can really play, but I would rather not have Deb in it because she was haunting Dexter, and that's not what Harry did in the original run of Dexter. James Dokes. If somehow, some way, Dokes can be the one occasionally that gives Dexter advice, even though he's dead, or is he? Probably Dokes is dead, unless somehow he faked his death and got a fake torso. I would love to see Dokes simply to hear, "Surprise, motherfucker!" That's the greatest line ever. I mentioned him previously, but Brian Moser, if he can come back occasionally just to give Dexter some other advice, that would be cool. And then I would like to see Harry back, whether it be James Remar or whether it be Christian Slater. I think bringing Christian Slater in from Dexter Original Sin to Dexter Resurrection would be a pretty awesome idea, actually. And then characters at some point that I think will make an appearance. It will probably be just a cameo, or maybe one episode, not necessarily just a cameo, but one episode and they're done. I would like to see Tom Matthews, just because I think all along he knew that Dexter was a serial killer, and I don't know what's going to be told to everybody. I don't know how the plot's going to go, but I would like to see Tom Matthews, Captain Matthews, or Deputy Chief Matthews be in the show. And then since it's a loose end, like Lumen Pierce is a loose end, what about Jonah Mitchell, the son of the Trinity killer, Arthur Mitchell? It would be cool to see Jonah. Maybe he goes on a killing spree, and at some point, Dexter catches up with him and finally takes Jonah Mitchell out. I would like that. And then my final character, if Dexter is alive, then can Hannah be alive again? I mean, yes, I know that Harrison, this kid that we are led to believe is Harrison, says that Hannah died of pancreatic cancer. But this could all be a plot by Hannah to get some revenge on Dexter or to do something. We know that Hannah can switch from antagonist to protagonist like that. I would love to see Hannah back because she was one of the more better villains on Dexter. Even though she's not fully a villain, but she can go into villain mode and poison the shit out of you if need be. So obviously in every Dexter video, I'm going to mention Hannah. And I would love to see Hannah McKay return, or maybe even be Dexter's person that he talks to if she's really dead. I guess that would be Hannah back in the show, so that would be better than Ghost Deb acting crazy and psychotic. So those are the characters that I think will come back, and that's pretty much everybody. Will we get a cameo from John Lithgow as the Trinity Killer? Probably. We got it in Dexter New Blood. I wouldn't doubt that we get it in this. I would like to see other villains, make an appearance or two. I don't know how likely that is since most of them are dead already. Kirk Caldwell's dead. That's why we kind of have to have Ed Olson in this show, and maybe Jonah Mitchell can be a target of Dexter's because he goes on some sort of killing spree. Or maybe he doesn't, he just shows up. But those are the characters that I'd like to see. And then I'd mention what I think will happen. So I think the first season has got to be Dexter in Iron Lake. For how long, I don't know. And eventually the goal is to get back to Miami Metro Homicide. So kind of the same story as Dexter New Blood, but people know that Dexter's a serial killer. Or maybe they don't yet. Maybe they're not sure. Angela changes her story to Batista because she ends up liking Dexter, and she found out she got the museum of dead girls from Dexter that Kirk Caldwell had. So maybe she switches her story. I don't know, but Batista is going to look into shit. And eventually he's going to get help from Quinn, Masuka, and maybe others like Soderquist at Miami Metro. And then season 2-ish should be like Miami Metro, but then somehow Dexter gets freed or gets away, and it turns from a Dexter show to The Fugitive. And then some point during the season, Dexter's apprehended again, and season 3 is like a Hannibal sort of thing, where Dexter helps out the feds. Sort of like Silence of the Lambs, I guess. That's what happened, that's what I'd like to see. Now, if it goes longer, if it's a good show, I'm all for it. But those are my thoughts on the returning characters for Dexter Resurrection. So let me know what you think. If you're a fan of Dexter, Dexter New Blood, or Dexter Original Sin, or really excited about Dexter Resurrection, make sure you hammer fist that like button. Hulk smash that like button. Do whatever you have to do, but make sure you do it. Share the video with a friend. Put this video on any one of your social media platforms. Again, don't forget to sound off in the comment section about what your thoughts are on my returning characters for Dexter Resurrection. I named practically every character that can return. I'm sure I forgot one. I already named all, I said all the nameless people at Iron Lake, but somebody I'll probably forget, or I forgot from the original run of Dexter. Maybe that one chick that was let's not go into those details. And then, let me know your thoughts are. You'll probably be reacting or interacting with me and the legendary Crazy Coffee Man, who is the Dexter fanatic. Well, he's more of a Lucifer fanatic, but he likes Dexter too. And then last but certainly not least, you're watching the video anyway. Don't forget to hit that sub button, subscribe to the channel, join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special. And you never know we're going to see on JDev TV. In fact, I'm actually thinking about rebranding my channel to J Dexter TV. I'm not sure how that would sound, but just something I'm thinking about.